Good morning. Ira Epstein of Lynn & Associates with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, the 15th of March, 2017, about 9:30 a.m. Central, what is it now? Central Daylight Time. I apologize for not being able to get out an update yesterday. I got caught in the snow event of the day, as you can imagine. Today I'm just playing a little late. A lot of work that I'm doing on research, and time got away from me. So let's talk about today. It's Fed Watch Day. It's the Ides of April as well, so you always got to be careful of that. The market has got a major anticipation of the Fed making a rate hike. The question is, does the Fed on the dot plot show a quicker series of hikes coming or a very cautious series? That'll be what the market really looks at. As you can see in the metal markets, you've got gold and silver down. They made a run down in the platinum, and then bang, back up, and now it's pretty neutral on the day, not going anywhere. Most of the currency markets up against the dollar, and as you know, I've said to you repeatedly, if you watch my end of the day videos, the dollar is not in an uptrend right here. It's sort of trying to figure out what to do next. As we take a look at what's going on in the grains, a bit of a bump day here, and you got to keep your eye on grains. You know, you come into what we call these spring lows, and you've got to be very, very cautious about them. The negative is that the market is being run by the end user, not the crushers at this point, especially in China, and that's a negative for them right here. The cotton market got another nice bounce. In the energies, you're looking at the first event yesterday where we saw less oil coming in on the EIA number, the API number. We'll see if the EIA this morning verifies that number. If they do, that is the first sign that those imports have finally cut back. The negative weighing on the market is that the Saudis are upset apparently, and they increased production by about a third of what they had cut. Got that? So they cut a certain amount, they put a third of that back into production, probably out of frustration with Russia, a non-OPEC member, and the other OPEC members that are not making the cuts that they promised to. This is March. Everybody's supposed to have been at the amount they promised, and if you're asking the Saudis to do it all by themselves, you're probably going to see that they say no. You're getting the notes and the bonds of bounce, but you can't read anything out of that because with Fed Watch Day, is this evening up before the news or not? Keep in the back of your mind, it's at 1 o'clock that we get the statement, that's Central Time, and at 1:30 the press conference today, so we'll see what that's going to offer. When we look at the data that came out today, it's nice, but it's useless data in this sense. All eyes are on that elephant in the room, that elephant being the Fed, what the statement says, and then the conference where Ms. Yellen tries to clear things up, but she's very good at dodging it. Also remember, Ms. Yellen's term runs out in January, so the question is she going to be invited to stay on? What's going to happen one way or the other? The NAHB March Housing Index, 71 versus 65, strong. Business inventories right where they were expected to be. The CPI right where it was expected to be. No surprises here at all. And if you step over to even the New York State manufacturing, these numbers are all in a more positive way, with the exception of a couple of key ones. Prices received were only up 8.8. The prior was 19.4. The paid index was 31. So I'm looking at a couple of them that are showing a little weakness in there, but overall not enough to stop the Fed from going forward and doing whatever they want to do. I want to remind you, I'm offering you a free 20-day access to my market research if you haven't tried it before. Now, let me explain what I do. I put out a morning subscriber video that is very different than this. I give you plenty of trade ideas, where to go in, where to get out, stop ideas, what I think the pros are doing. I back it up with chart action that looks like this, and then the charts will come up. It'll say my morning review, and then from there, I think you'll get a kick out of it because it's really compact. I go through 40 charts at a time giving you trade ideas. What if you had an idea on the market and you just needed a little, whatever it is, and say, you know, that's what I want to go with. That makes sense to me too. Bing. I used to look like that. I remember I used to get a number of reports. I won't measure them at night. And I couldn't wait to see if that went with my ideas, and then I'd get more aggressive. Yes, some win, some work, don't win, but it's what it is. I write reports during the day. You're going to get those. And then I give you buy and sell recommendations in the green and the red, and there's a number of those coming out, and I have oral updates. How do you get it? It is a $60 value. I'm going to give it to you for free if you haven't tried it. Call us. Go to our website. You'll see a carousel of free offers. Click right up here. If you're watching me on YouTube, the icon I, the information will show right up there. Fill it out. We'll take it the rest of the way. Or on a number of websites under me, it says click here. Just click that. The form will appear. Fill out what you need there, and we'll get everything to you. I'm Ira Epstein. Looking forward to the afternoon videos when we really recap what the Fed actions mean. You have a good day.